Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, 2016 NFL MVP Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons take on Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. Charles, good matchup here. A couple of playoff teams from a season ago.
And just think about how the NFL works, partner. 8 teams that made the playoffs the year before didn't make it last season. So there's always going to be parity in this league, and guys have to be ready to go. Just because you made it the year before doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get back again.
And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So that will push him
Automatic
back.
First down.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On first down, Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And the ball is knocked out, and the Panthers have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Carolina's offense taking the field again. This is a team that you saw in person last week against Philadelphia in the city of brotherly love, and they went in there and got the 21-17 victory.
Yeah, they didn't feel the love on the way out. Philly fans weren't happy at all. Up 17, as you mentioned. This is the biggest comeback in franchise history for the Carolina Panthers. All 21 of their points within the last 11 minutes of play, and they were going against the wind the entire fourth quarter. How about Cam Newton? Really found his touch in the fourth quarter. 269 yards passing. Over 200 of those were in the fourth quarter. Also the leading rusher with 49 yards, but made the biggest throw of the year for him on 4th and 10 for a pickup. Kept the drive alive, and they went down and scored and took the lead. Cam Newton, multiple passing touchdowns his last 5 games. 5 straight. That's a new personal record.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And not the clean start that we had envisioned. You thought this would be a pretty crisp game, but a turnover for a turnover.
Yeah, so much for scripting. Because if teams are doing that, things aren't going according to plan. Maybe it's a case of nerves. Maybe it's a case of, too much energy right now. Let's see if both teams can get settled in and start to play good ball.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Coleman now. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And before we can get to the field goal try, time will run out on this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Uptown Charlotte after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And some space here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Out of the gun, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Justin Hardy. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From the shotgun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Coleman. And he powers his way up past the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. On second down, here's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the gun, it's Ryan. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been all about the defense, just a lone field goal in that first half, and as a result, not too much available in terms of highlights. But that's okay. We've got a full half to go. And to bring it your way, let's get back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Funches with a catch over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Newton now to throw. Wright's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Newton now to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. McCaffrey following the penalty. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 on the run. They need a lot more than that coming up here on 3rd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Third and long, it's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ryan now off the bootleg. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. This is Coleman, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, that's Coleman, and he'll get this one up to the 26. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Cam Newton, 3 game-winning drives for the Panthers last year. He's got a chance to lead one here on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vic Beasley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. So he came that close to tying it, but this one sails wide by a whisker.
And Brandon, pro football is a game of inches in more ways than one. That one looked good the whole way. But it's agony on one sideline, celebration on the other.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.